Like a lot of folks, my workshop is actually my garage. All of my wood shops have been my garage, although why we persist in calling it a garage since none of them have ever actually had a car in them, I don't quite know. This is something that both of my wives have brought up from time to time. The problem with a workshop of that size is that there's not a lot of room to move stuff around, and I find myself moving projects out into the driveway to work on them, or most often to finish them. And I'm not as young as I used to be. Some of these projects now are heavy enough that my back complains when I move them unassisted. So I came up with these little dollies. You can make a rolling platform big enough to hold your furniture projects or whatnot, but the problem comes back to the size of your workshop. You've got to have a place to put that dolly when you're not using it. So I figured I could make 4 of these little cubes with casters on them and stack them in a corner when I wasn't using them. What I created as a solution were these little dollies. They're about a cubic foot in size, casters on the bottom, and a hole in the side, and we'll get to what that's for in a moment. They're small enough that they don't take up much room. You can stack them in a corner when you don't want them. And they even make fairly good stools if you're working on something low to the ground. The holes in the sides are for clamps, and you can clamp these little dollies together to make a large dolly where all the pieces stay together even when you're rolling them back and forth across a rough surface. And this is what I mean by that. And now you've got a large dolly.